Good morning. Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network, LLC. Educate, enlighten, entertain, and mindfulness. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about all those breaches from all the different companies, insurance, financial, Google. It doesn't matter. Somewhere on this planet, a place that you're associated with where your financial and personal information, whether it's from an insurance company or even from your own bank, has been breached in some way. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, your information, your personal financial information, everything that you always wanted to keep away from mom and dad has been exposed and is now there for the taking on the dark web. So today I will provide you with 4 tips to protect yourself from your information, financial information, personal information that lines up on the dark web. The person who wrote this, Kim Key, has spoken to security experts for their best tips on minimizing the chances of having your data used against you. So, if you've received a notice about a data breach from a company, welcome to the club. According to a 2024 survey from U.S. News, almost half, 44% of the respondents said they've been notified not once, not twice, but multiple times about breaches involving their personal data. Unfortunately, this information is stolen in a data breach, and it usually goes straight to the dark web, where it becomes fodder for the hackers, scammers, and other digital ne'er-do-wells who want to earn on your dime. Data breaches aren't the only way your information can end up in a criminal's hands. If you've ever clicked on a phishing link, entered personal information on a social media survey, or if your device has been infected with malware, you may have given up personal data that will be posted or sold on the dark web forums. Now, Kim recently discussed this with Dr. Darren Williams, the founder and CEO of BlackFog, BlackFog, a company specializing in data privacy and ransomware protection. He said that even though some of your data is lost to the dark web, that doesn't mean you should give up on everything. You can protect your other personal information by making a few changes to how you interact online and by downloading a few security tools for your devices. Below are the tips for minimizing your online footprint from Dr. Williams, along with my suggestions for tools that can prevent fallout from future data breaches. 1. Understand how your data is used. Dr. Williams told me that first it's important to understand how criminals use the information they find or buy on the dark web. Williams has spent a lot of time researching how criminals use stolen personal information to pull off account takeovers, identity theft, and scams. He told me that these days, AI tools take much of the work out of cybercrime. Quote, 2 years ago, these criminals were doing the pray and spray approach. They would get anyone they can, he said. Now you can buy whole groups of this information and use it for social engineering. So this is how it works. An AI chatbot scans breached documents from the dark web and puts together information packages called FULZ. That's FULLZ. These contain data like your banking credentials, medical records, name, physical address, phone number, and social security number. Criminals use the dossier to pretend to be a family member, friend, or romantic partner in a romance scam or financial baiting situation. Williams said that personally targeted scams are rare, partly because cyber criminals are lazy. Instead, they usually use dark web data to target groups of people and lure in many victims as quickly as possible. 2. See your digital footprint with a dark web scanner. Now that you know how criminals plan to use your data, you need to find out what information they already have. To do this, you can use a dark web scamming tool from a personal data removal service. Many password managers also include dark web monitoring as part of a paid subscription. This usually involves checking the dark web for memories and mentions of your email addresses, usernames, or passwords. 3. We're having a little technical difficulty here. Okay. Unfortunately, removing data once it's on a dark website is hard. Even if sites get shut down, there's a good chance the info was saved and will pop up on another dark web forum later. This is number 3, use a data removal service. The next thing to do is to make yourself an unattractive target for cyber criminals. It's like that classic line, right? I only have to outrun you, not the bear, Williams said. Make yourself harder to catch by removing as much of your personal data from the internet as possible. Williams said the best way to evade cyber criminals is to share as little information online as possible. That goes for more than hot takes on social media or embarrassing college party pics. It applies to all of your data. Once the info leaves your device, it will likely languish in a database before being sold to a data broker as part of a package. Anyone can buy your personal information from data brokers. Even experts have trouble removing themselves from data broker sites. So it's a good idea to give that job to a personal data removal service. While it's possible to do a DIY data cleanup for free, it's a very time-consuming process because there are hundreds of data broker websites. 4. Protect your devices with strong security software and practices. While some bad guys will use dark web data to access your online accounts, the worst ones want to access your computer or device because that's where you keep all your good stuff, like private photos, videos, or financial data. That's why I recommend checking for and installing security patches for your computers, mobile devices, and anything else that connects to your home network, like a smart fridge or AI assistant. Dr. Williams said that while consulting for businesses, he notices that many people become a weak link in an otherwise secure network for the sake of small conveniences. He explained that he's encountered people who have disabled their local firewall or antivirus for one reason or another, and then been confused when they learned they inadvertently exposed themselves to cyber attacks. So along with keeping that firewall on, here's a quick list of other cyber hygiene tasks to complete. Lock down your online accounts using multi-factor authentication, MFAs. This method uses a password, something you know, and a code or message on your phone, something you physically have, to make it harder for hackers to get into your accounts. Create and store strong, unique passwords for your online accounts using a password manager. Install antivirus software on your computer and other devices and keep it patched and running in your background. Install a VPN on your computer and other devices and turn it on when using public Wi-Fi. Don't open links in emails or text messages from people you don't know. Always install security patches and updates on your devices. This includes smart home devices and alarm systems. Keep your operating system up to date on all your devices too. The older an operating system is, the more exploits it has and the less support the developer offers. Invest in identity theft protection software like Editor's Choice Norton 360 with LifeLock, which bundles VPN access with device level security. Some security suites like McAfee also include identity monitoring. I review privacy tools like hardware, security keys, password managers, private messaging apps, and ad blocking software. I also report on online scams and offer advice to families and individuals about staying safe on the internet. Before she joined PC Mag, I wrote about tech and video games for CNN, Fanbyte, Mashable, the New York Times, and Tech Radar. I also worked at CNN International, where I did field producing and reporting on sports that are popular with a worldwide audience. So Kim Key is the person to go and take a look at. I provide the HTTPS UR code for you to look it up and read the entire article. And if you need to, contact Kim and find out how to protect yourself. Now, I have that kind of protection with Norton, and they let me know exactly what is going on all the time. So thank you very much for listening to this morning's episode on Monday Tips and how to protect yourself when something is breached containing your data, personal and financial information, and anything else that they can get their hands on. This program is sponsored by Conscious Research Solutions. Check us out at passionatworldtalkradio.com/research made simple blog. Read all the pain points and then sign up for a 15-minute free consultation. Also by Flipping Out, How to Train Your Human, written by another human, a humorous, satiric look of how to use AI. AI doesn't replace your mind nor do your thinking for you. It's merely your administrative assistant. Check us out on passionatworldtalkradio.com/epic Envision XR. You can either buy the total book or you can buy it chapter by chapter. Go in, check which ones you want, then go over to passionatworldtalkradio.com/epic truths and pay. And it gives you all the instructions that you need in order to make that possible. Be on the lookout for additional chapters. Audio and videos will be added throughout this year and all of next to keep you up to date with what artificial intelligence is up to. It's not going to go away, folks. It's going to be taught in the schools K through senior high school, and colleges will require it when your kid goes off to college or even to a trade school. Walk into any dealership, go into their department where they offer customer service and fix the cars, and the mechanics will open up the front end, and you'll see that you have to have not only computer knowledge, but how to integrate AI with your decision making and to fix the problems in your car. It doesn't matter how old it is. They still need to know how to use it. Mandatory. And If you want to continue getting the facts, figures from the primary news outlets in the world, BBC, The Washington Post, The New York Times, consider donating to passionatedworldtalkradio.com/donation, one of the few internet radio stations owned and operated by women. passionatedworldtalkradio.com/donation. Thank you very much and have a great rest of the week.